All right, so we really need to talk about this. One of the biggest problems we're seeing out in the market right now is that anybody with a Facebook page thinks they've got what it takes to call themselves a social media manager. And as a small business, you're probably being hit up by all kinds of people, individuals and companies, that make you the promise that they can build your audience, increase visibility, and take over all your social media management. But how do you know that they're not going to suck at it? Because as a small business owner, I know, and you know, that your resources are limited, and parting with those hard-earned dollars and not seeing the results, well, that's a really tough pill to swallow. And I'm going to tell you, over the 5 years that we've been running Think Big, Go Local, of which we do social media management, we have heard every horror story you can imagine and seen some pretty darn interesting things ourselves. Let me give you a couple examples. There was a social media company that was brought to my attention because one of our clients was trying to make a decision between the two companies. We went and took a look at their social media profiles. Just using Twitter, for example, they had 3,090 Twitter followers. With a quick use of Twitter Audit, which is a tool, we were able to find out that 3,000 of those followers were purchased. Is that really the kind of social media company you want to work with? Because purchasing followers does nothing for anybody. I had another one come in. We took a look at that company. They only had 110 Facebook followers on their business page. If they can't do it for themselves, can they really do it for you? And then there was another one. This was one of my favorites. We went to visit their Twitter, and it had been closed down for spam. So what I want to do for you today, because I know how hard you work for your money, is give you 5 ways, different tools that you can use to identify a good social media company from one that's maybe not quite got the experience that as a small business owner you need to be successful. Okay, now I want you to know that while some of these things on my list are things that we know are best practices, a lot of them have actually come from great questions that our clients have asked of us. So the first one, and this is just a no-brainer, ask for references and read every online review about that company you can find. Now, when you ask for those references, you want them to send you actual links of social media accounts that they've been managing that are similar to your business model. You don't want to stop there though. Also ask them to include clients' emails, names, and phone numbers so that you can reach out to them to ask what their experience has been like. And let me tell you, any individual or social media company that's not willing to do that for you, I'd be pretty skeptical. We do it all the time. We have asked our clients if it's okay to share their information. That's something that we set up ahead of time so that we know when someone asks us, we can easily give them a recommendation and a reference that they can look to themselves to find out exactly what experience they can expect when working with us. Okay, my number 2 tip for you is go out there and look closely at the digital footprint of this social media company. Take a look at their website and how serious and how well they're doing at branding themselves. Definitely go look at all their social media platforms. They should be taking their business as serious as they're taking yours. So you're going to really want to look to see how many followers do they have. More importantly, what's their engagement like? Someone who's got 100,000 followers but is only getting a couple of likes on a post, that might tell you that those followers aren't really legitimate. So be sure to check out engagement. Also look at the types of stories that they're doing for their business so that you know that they understand how stories work and how important they are in the overall social media strategy. Look for the different types of content that they're sharing. Are they balancing text and links to articles and live video stream and those types of things in their social media strategy for their business? Then go do a Google search on them. Find out what you can about what other people are saying about their business, how they're ranking. All of those things are going to teach you something about the digital footprint that this company is putting out there about themselves. Because again, as small business owners, we all know that we are all trying to build our business. So make sure they're building their business just like you want them to help you build yours. Okay, and number 3. They don't have to have attended an Ivy League college to be a great social media manager, but you do want to ask them what type of training they've had. Do they have any certifications in social media? What type of experience do they bring to the table? And what do they do to keep up on the latest trends, the newest things happening? How are they improving their continuing education so that they can bring you the very best skill set out there? Okay, and here's number 4. This is a great question that I just got from a potential new client today. They asked me, who exactly is going to be working on my account? That's a great question because every company works a little differently. You need to know who that individual is going to be. Will it be one person? Or is it a firm that has multiple employees that might all be working on different aspects of your account? You need to know if they have a staff in their office and who's going to be that contact person for them. Make sure that you understand their process. This is kind of a great way to test their expertise because a great social media company will have an onboarding process for every one of their new clients. So make sure you ask about that so you know how the communication is going to go for sharing your content and making sure it gets posted. Okay, and finally, number 5. You want to know exactly what the price that they're giving you includes. You want to know how many posts it includes, which platforms they're going to post on. Do you need to approve them first, or are you going into a relationship where they're just going to post content for you? Make sure you understand that up front. Is the money that you're spending going to be invested in advertising? How much of that monthly fee will be in advertising, and do you pay extra for the creation of your ads? Who's going to respond to direct messages from your customers? Is that your responsibility, or will they do that for you? And how will they answer the questions and find out things that they don't know? Make sure that's all outlined. Will they be working to build an audience by following other people and different strategies like that? Make sure you understand whose responsibility is to keep bringing new people into your platforms. And finally, are one-on-one strategy calls included? Some companies are going to charge you extra for that time on the phone, so make sure you know going in what's included in your price so that there's no surprises later. And so if you're shopping a variety of different individuals or companies, you can compare apples to apples when you're trying to decide what the best fit for your company is going to be. All right, everybody, I really hope that was helpful because let's face it, hiring a social media manager is a really big investment for your company. And when you do that, you need to make sure that you're going to get the biggest impact and have someone with the best experience on your team if you're going to trust them with your entire online brand and messages. If you guys have any questions whatsoever about this, you can always reach out to us on our website at thinkbiggolocal.com, shoot me an email, find me in a direct message on any platform, and I'm always happy to help. I hope you guys all have a great idea and go out there and hire a social media company that doesn't suck.